Hey everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the wonderful, wobulous Project Zomboid. And we're going to talk a little bit in the beginning of this episode, because there's something I feel like bears or needs the attention that I'm about to give it. Last episode, there were 2 comments, and I know it's only 2, and it's very, very the vocal minority. But I see the comments pop up every once in a while, and I kind of want to address it in case those of you who don't really leave comments think the same thing. And the comments essentially boiled down to, Mathis, you seem like to be becoming one of those general YouTubers where you don't interact with your viewers all that much. Your episodes are short. They used to be 20 to 30 minutes, sometimes even 40. And you just seem to be pumping out videos for the sake of pumping them out. I'd love to see longer episodes. Don't go down that path. And, I know a lot of you don't actually think that. But for those of you who do, I will do my best to explain well why it is the way it is. My life when I started doing Project Zomboid and doing the Zomboid thing and doing the YouTube thing was a very different situation than Zomboid is now. Than my life is now, rather, not than Zomboid is now. What is all this, like, weird lines? My life was a very different thing. It was in a different place. I was working a job that didn't schedule me as much. I didn't live with my fiance, and I didn't have all this indie attention where indie developers are throwing games at me saying, cover my game, cover my game, cover my game. So not only did I not live with my fiance, which bought me more time, and not only did I work a job that didn't have much more time, but my workload for YouTube was a lot less. Essentially, it boils down to time. And if you think anything about me guys not interacting with the comments, by the way, which is another one, hey, you don't talk to me that much anymore, or talk to us that much anymore, I'm going to talk about that as well. But you have to understand, my life was very different. Time was a luxury I had. I had the ability to dedicate a lot of time to Project Zomboid and just YouTube in general, and that time now isn't as lucrative as it is. I have to be smart about how I divvy up the final hours of my day, which is what I use to record Project Zomboid. I no longer can wake up, record, go work for a little bit, come home, record, and have like many days off in a row. That just doesn't happen anymore. Not only that, I live with a wonderfully beautiful woman who absolutely deserves quality time with me. And she's going to get it. She's going to get it. She still gets upset every once in a while when I say, look, today's a day I got to get some YouTube stuff done because I love you folks so much. But she understands. And, I need to make sure I have time for her. So doing 40-minute Project Zomboids while maintaining, Papers, Please, which sits around 20 to 30 minutes sometimes, as well as Crusader Kings, which requires a minimum of a 30-minute episode to be at all effective, still doing indie snapshots, and working on my retrospective series, as well as continuing my collaboration efforts with Payday 2 and whatever else may come the way, like the Succession game for Crusader Kings 2, I don't have the time to do 40-minute Zomboid episodes anymore. And, I haven't been doing Zomboid 40-minute episodes for a long time. I've been doing 10 to 15-minute episodes for a good chunk of the long time. And the comment that said that, incoming exploitative short episodes, the episode he left that on was almost a 15-minute episode, which is a little bit longer than the usual. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm becoming that YouTuber who just, who's in it for the money and becoming every other YouTuber. Trust me, I make nowhere near enough to exploit YouTube for cash. It just doesn't happen. As much as I would like to think or like to say that 8,000 subscribers approaching the 9,000 mark is enough to live off of or make, YouTube money, it's not. And it's not even close. And if any of you think that and, strive for it, you're not going to be able to come anywhere close to living off of it. So don't think that that's the case. Trust me, it's not. And more importantly, I'd say this is more important than people thinking that my episodes are short. For those of you who say to me that I don't interact with my commenters anymore, on the flip side of that, I've become much larger than when I did 30-minute Project Zomboid episodes and I had an audience of a few hundred. Now I have numerous thousand. And the ability to interact with every single comment is nigh impossible. And by nigh impossible, I mean completely impossible. I just can't. I do my best to respond to certain comments that I feel deserve a response or I just want to respond to or whatever. I always am sure to try and interact with you guys. Actually, the best way for me to interact with you guys nowadays is to stream. And even that, my stream time has been cut short recently because of work. Surprise, surprise. So I promise you guys, it's not me becoming generic. I love you all. I promise you, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. I just don't have the opportunity to, have the time that I once did. Now, that's not to say maybe I won't one day. I'd love to be back to 20, 30-minute Project Zomboid episodes on top of 2 other episodes a day, on top of making time for collaborations. That would require, though, that this was my job. And I, again, don't make the money necessary to do that right now. I just don't. It's not possible. One day, hopefully, it will be. It's just not right now. So please, guys, I beg you, don't think that I am milking you for whatever reason, which is like the furthest thing from the truth ever. There are plenty of other people who out there who milk and I'm not going to name names as far as big YouTubers go, but there are plenty of YouTubers out there who are big, who milk a particular couple of franchises and make basically the most redundant episodes in the world and, do it merely for the money. I do this because I love this game. I think it's a great game. I don't, it's not my Happy Wheels, because Happy Wheels is not a good game. I enjoy playing this game, and I enjoy the stories that come of it, and I want to show that and share that experience with all of you. And that is why I do it, and I do it because it's fun. I do this because it's fun. This is not my job. Not yet, anyway. Maybe one day. But it's not my job, so I'm not going to treat it like my job. So the fact that I'm doing shorter episodes is straight up time constraints, and, of course, the whole situation that 80% of you don't stay past the 8-minute mark as it is, which is something I talked about a long time ago, back when I initially started the 10 to 15-minute episode thing. That is another big thing, is that the vast majority, according to my demographics and my the numbers that YouTube gives me, most of you don't stay past 8 minutes as it is. Of course, there are a lot of you who do, but that was a lot of the reason I also didn't do that. I didn't go past 10 or 15 minutes. But I would, personally, one day love to make this a much more kind of back to the roots series where I'm doing 20-minute episodes and whatnot. So please, again, don't take it to heart. I'll stop talking about it now. It has nothing to do with you guys. It doesn't. I just have a life outside of YouTube, unfortunately, and I do mean unfortunately. I'd rather not be going to a restaurant every single day and working. But yeah, that's where we stand. I love you all. Don't think of anything else. Don't think of it as anything else. It's not. I promise. And let's have some fun with some Zomboid. The Great Wall of Mathis is coming along hella nicely. Hella nicely. When was the last time anybody used the word hella? Hella, what is that, like early 2000s? That's hella cool, yo! Or, that's hella badass, man. I'm sorry. Anyway, so the Great Wall of Mathis is coming along nicely. We're going to be able to do pretty well. Somebody said something about sawing everything up and then just making trips. So we could do that. We could easily saw up a bunch of stuff and then just drop them all if we so chose to do. But I'm going to, for now, continue doing this two sets of logs into planks thing until my nail situation becomes a little bit more scarce. We were able to collect a good chunk of nails on our last outing, and I think it's not even going to be food that sends us out for more. It's literally going to be more nails. The nail depravity of my character is going to be what draws him back out into the wild unknown, and needed to continue this. So we're gonna have to head out looking for nails soon. We'll build a couple more walls though. I'm gonna go inside after this and check what kind of situation we have on the inside as far as nail stash goes. I don't think it's very good, to be honest with you. I don't think we have much as far as nails go. I'm gonna check over on the shelf over here. Hopefully I am wrong. I'm not wrong. We are almost out. I think what we have is all we've got left, which is really, really scary. Not a good thing. We had so many nails before, and things are going to get so much more dangerous because the safe areas like the warehouse and the logging camp are going to become not available to us anymore just because there's going to be nothing left for us to even go grab over there. So we're going to need to be venturing into houses. We're going to need to be venturing amongst the corpses of the dead, hoping that they'll have some sort of useful tools lying on them. We're going to need to explore packed areas where the horde sits and idles. That's going to be scary. And when the update comes to Desura, which hopefully is going to be very soon, we're going to be looking at even more dangerous situations with zombies on a constant roam. When it rains, having them roam even more. Very scary situation. We'll see. We'll see what it bodes for us as far as our survival is concerned. Either way, I mean, I have confidence that I'm going to do well. If we do get hit by zombies while we're carrying logs, we're just going to have to be very quick in dropping them. I just want to make sure that those zombies are going to be around. Now, that's going to be another thing, too. If we have a zombie that's relatively fast, and he approaches us while we're carrying logs and stuff, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. And hopefully we won't have to worry about that, though. I'm hoping that that's not going to happen. Because if it's a fast zombie and we're carrying a wall, and they do attack us, we're in a lot of hurt. We're in for a lot of hurt. We're going to have to try and hope swinging with the hammer is going to eventually kill them. Or at least knock them back. Though we're going to be exhausted at the same time very quickly, because we're going to exhaust ourselves carrying everything. All the problems that I'm thinking about right now it's just stressing me out. I just finished up a session of Papers, Please at the same time. That game is also stressful, so going right from that to this, one depressing game to the next, probably not the best idea. Oh well. We have 8 nails. We might as well just move them all, because we're just gonna have to. We only need 6, so we're gonna have to do that. And then we'll saw up these logs, and then we're going to be out of nails, and we're going to have to go looking, which is going to be scary. I'd rather not, but we're going to have to. Alright, once these are all set, let's swing out. How's our sprint looking? Over halfway. We're about at the 200 mark, 200 out of 300. Our carpentry is making significant progress, which is not entirely surprising. We could build a bunch of poles as well, and to up our carpentry skill, but I'd much rather go look for nails. I think I'm going to check the nearby houses first, because if there's anything that definitely last session told us, is that I've definitely neglected useful things in drawers. Now, of course, it was probably because my pags and my bags. What I meant to say was my packs and my bags were full, and I couldn't carry anymore. And that's what I'm more apt to believe was the reason I left everything behind. At least that's what I want to believe. And now we're sweating. Now we're unpleasantly hot. Is it really like already another month where we're just getting incredibly hot? Like what is it? Like 1 month equals... Does 1 month equal like a season, or is this because we're working our butts off? That's fine. We'll go upstairs, we'll rest, hopefully it'll work. We could switch onto a vest if we absolutely need to. Let's just fast forward time. Is it still hot? Nope. It is no longer hot, which is good. Almost 8 o'clock. That was weird, because my brain, about 3 seconds before this song came on, was like thinking of this song. It's strange. We did hear gunshots as well. It didn't seem like any zombies were approaching us, but something I'm definitely going to want to check before we sign off for the day. Why am I... Oh, I'm hungry. I'm like, why am I overexerted? That makes no sense. It's because we're hungry. What do we want to eat? This does not help our hunger. Peanut butter. We have to eat some peanut butter. Let's eat it up. Should easily help our hunger for a little while anyway. Seems we're good. Alright. Rock on. We'll call this episode here, guys. Again, don't think this is anything against you. I promise you it has nothing to do with being a general YouTuber. It's just the way my life is right now. It'll change in time, I'm sure. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you all next time.